Welcome everybody and thanks for joining us in our presentation. It is called Augmented Reality Teaching Resources and its Implementation in the Teaching Learning Process. The authors are Omar Condor Herrera, Pamela Costa Rodas, and Carlos Ramos Galarza. Well, here we have our affiliations. And as the abstract of this work presents a revision of a possible applications of the augmented reality in the scholar context, such as the utilization of augmented reality to improve reading comprehension or its application in geometry learning and many others. At the same time, as a contribution to the research field, there is a proposal about the design and development of didactical resources that come with augmented reality objects, images, or illustrative graphs, as well as multimedia videos to improve the teaching learning process of various academic topics. The keywords augmented reality, education, virtual learning environment, educative applications, and mobile learning. As we have the introduction. Technological development increases rapidly in every context. This contemporaneous phenomenon has allowed the innovation of educative practices and the implementation and adaptation of new technologies to the learning processes. The emergence of augmented reality applications has taken the lead into the educational context because it combines the virtual and physical world. Example of this is the game called Pokemon Go, which has caught the attention of a large number of people and increases people using augmented reality. As we can see in the graph, augmented reality technology facilitates the comprehension of scientific concepts because it complements users' sensorial perception from the real world through the addition of content generated by computer to the environment, offering a new way of interactivity between virtual and real world. For educative context, it represents an innovative way, making possible to the professor to present to his or her students the objects for being studied. It is important to make a difference between the augmented reality and the virtual reality. The main The main difference is that the augmented reality combines digital information, it combines the digital information with the real environment. But the virtual reality, the individual accesses the information through an immersive and simulated environment, as we can see in the graphs. Here, in the virtual reality, we have a simulated environment and we need an extra technological devices. But with the augmented reality, we can see here just with a mobile or an iPad, we can see what it's happening like in the augmented reality. We can see what kind of stores like we have in this graph. We can see what kind of stores we can find in this street, even when we don't have here the signs of them. The augmented reality can be defined as the interaction of audio graphs, text, plus other virtual elements overlapped in a reality, where objects are visualized in virtual time. Some applications of augmented reality are supported in learning using mobile devices, just as smartphones and tablets, that allow users to interact with digital information. There are two ways of using augmented reality technology, which is the location and vision. The first one, once in the identify the location of the user, the digital information will be shown to students while they are moving throughout the physical area with the smartphone that has integrated a GPS on its system. The second way to use the augmented reality technology is based on the vision, presenting digital means to students after pointing the camera to the object that serves as a shooter, as we can see here in figure 1. Augmented reality applied to education. The study of augmented reality applied in the educative fields show that these technologies presents many benefits for students, improving their attitude in front of learning processes and at the same time influence their positively in motivation, interaction, and collaboration. These abilities are considered as crucial benefits when using tools that allow overlapping virtual information to real objects. It has been used in books to improve reading skills as well in geometry and math. It is inherent to explore how the augmented reality learning activities can be part of teaching methodologies combined, such as the flipped classroom or through games, since are potent generators of positive emotion in children, increasing their intrinsic satisfaction. ER improves compromise motivation and engagement of the participants in any activity that generally is accomplished without playing, adding to the learning activity some emotions like joy and challenge. The implementation of augmented reality in the educative process. The present article proposes the development of teaching cards with augmented reality using the Unite DAR platform. The teaching cards will combine AR objects with multimedia resources such as videos and illustrative images that will enable the students to interact with these resources in an interactive learning environment. Once the teaching cards are elaborated, we aim to measure in primary school students the impact of the implementation of these resources in the teaching learning process, as we may see here. The AR applied in the educative process, the previous study. We present here a revision of previous study where it is possible to find that students who use these virtual elements uh, had better outcomes than those that didn't have these new technologies. It improves their motivation and they and engages to the students to the subject they are learning. In conclusions, thanks to the bibliographic revision, it is possible to evidence that the application of the augmented reality to work on different academic abilities in the teaching and learning process results in benefits for students. The contribution to the educative field from the technological scope is proposed at first designing augmented reality teaching cards complemented by multimedia resources to be implemented in the teaching and learning processes. Also, as the future investigation, it is of a great interest for the research team to implement the AR teaching cards as educative resources in the teaching learning process. And according to prove the effects of this type of technological resources, it is proposed to conduct experimental studies. So we present here all the references that we use to, to build this work, and we are really thankful for having you here with us.